Hi all, welcome to John's Model Making. Today I'm going to be doing the Willys Jeep. There we go, book of instructions, excellent. Here we have the chassis, so we're going to be adding a lot more detail onto the chassis. We start off with the differential, and hopefully we'll get 6 stages on today with this particular little beauty. Yeah, it's looking fantastic, excellent. Anyway, here we have, there we go, there's stage 15. Feels like it's metal as well, or die cast. That's the differential. So we'll get that in place and let's get on with the build. Okay, let's get the parts out. There we go, those are the parts. We have the front differential A, B and C, and then the front transmission shaft. We need FM and CM screws. Okay, let's pull this little baby over. Right, first of all we need this piece, 15D. This is 15D. Have 2 screw holes and that U screw. There we go. Pop that there like so, and we want 1, 2 CM screws to keep this in place. Okay, don't keep hold of 15B. There we go. That's 15B in place. Right, now we need the transmission shaft. That will go into there and rest just there like that. Excellent. I don't think it really matters which way it goes in because it only sits there like so. Right, then we need this piece which will actually sit, get it the right way around. That will fit there like that. It's basically the end cap. And then we want this piece over the top, capturing it. There we go, there's the differential now. And we need 2 FM screws. 1, 2. Okay, let's get the first FM screw into here. There we go, excellent. Yeah, that doesn't really, oh it does turn. Only manually, mind you, won't turn any other way. But there we go, that's the differential with that transmission shaft in place. And 15C is the end cap there, as you can see it. Looking cool, excellent. Right, that's stage 15. Let's move on to stage 16. Okay, this is stage 16. We have the shock absorber casings, rods and springs, and FM and PM screws. There we go, those are the rods and springs. These were 16B, these were 16A. Those are springs, so we need the PM screws, and we need one of these, which will actually go onto here. So that will go there, spring in there, and then this little piece will go into there and screw here. Okay, we get the screws out. So if we balance the chassis, pop 16A here, get a PM screw down here. There we go, brilliant. We can pop a spring inside. Just there like so, and now we can pop in 16B. That will go just there. Flip that around. There we go, like that. We need an FM screw here. Okay, let's get the FM screw. Make sure you get this rod positioned like that. You can see it like that, yeah. Get the screw in place. There we go. Excellent. Alright, we'll just do exactly the same on this side. So pop the screw through the casing and get it home. There we go. That's popped home alright. Pop the spring down there, and then we just need the rod inside, and again we just need an FM screw. There we go. So there we go, there's the shock absorber casings and rods in place. Excellent. That moved, I think that's moved. There we go, brilliant. There we go, so that is stage 16 completed. Let's move on to stage 17. Here we have the parts for stage 17. We have a steering rod A, B and C, 17D is a gear, 17E is steering box, and we have DM, IM, JM, KM screws. We've got the parts out. There we go, those are the parts. So first of all we need 17E, which is this piece, which is all metal, and that gear shifts there, or that worm gear shifts. Then we need this gear, 17D, which pops into there like so. And then we need 17C, which is D-shaped, so we'll only go on one particular way. Get it lined up, there we go. That's the way, there we go. Want it that way, like that. Right, we need a screw, we need a JM screw. Okay, let's get this JM screw into place. There we go. That should link up with that. Yeah, there we go. Brilliant. Right, hold that there like so. Right, now we need 17B, which is this piece. That there will link up there. We need an IM screw. Okay, let's link up 17C with 17B. There we go, that's 17C and 17B together. Right, now we need 17A. Now 17A will pop into there like so, like that, and we need a DM screw. Okay, let's get the screw into place. There we go, perfect. Right, now we need to fix this little lot. This goes onto the chassis here. It will line up. There's 3 screw holes, 1, 2, 3 for here, 1, 2, 3, and we use DM screws to keep this in place. Okay, so we want this little lot this way going to the rear, and we need the DM screws, 3 of, like I said. We want these on the inside. There we go, 2 DM screws there and 1 here, and that little arrangement stays there like so. Yep, there we go, it does work as well. Excellent stuff, brilliant. That's looking pretty cool. Right, I think that will, there we go. Okay, now we've got that rod in place, we need a KM screw here. There we go, 1 KM screw. Brilliant. That's working perfect. Excellent stuff. So there we go, that is stage 18 completed. Let's move, no sorry, that's stage 17 completed. Let's move on to stage 18. Okay, here we have the parts for stage 18. So we have the front axle stub, steering arm left and right, tie rod A and B, IM, LM, MM screws. There we go, those are the parts. All these are die cast as well, which is brilliant, just like previous actually. It's one of the things I love about this build. Let's get these arms in place, steering arms. Right, I want 18D and 18E. 18D will go there, and 18E will go there. See that one alright now? 18E here, 18D there. We need IM screws. Okay, we'll put 18E in place first. You can see the difference between this side there and that side. Well, this will be going like that. There we go, that's that arm in place. Let's move this across so we can get this one into place just here. There we go, just there, like that. There we go, excellent. Right, move that back. Okay, now we need the front axle stubs and the steering arms. These have right and left on, so you must make sure you get these right. This will go onto there like so, and then this little piece has a big peg on it and will go in place just there like that. We need an screw to keep these two in place, and we do exactly the same on this side. There we go, that goes there, and then this will go over the top and slot into place like so. Again, we need screws in place there, just like that. One screw straight down the middle, and one for here as well. There we go, that's the stubs in place. There we want iron screws to capture these links. There we go, that's that one in place. And we just need this one. There we go, perfect. I'll flip this over. We have two more screws, one here and one here. I think these are screws. Okay, first one into here. Perfect. There we go, that's the stubs and those steering arms in place. Right, that should. It's a bit harder to manoeuvre now that. Okay, let's see if we can. There we go. We can move that manually. Yeah. Brilliant. At least we know it's all working. Excellent. Let's move on to stage 19. Okay, so now we have stage 19. We have the rear leaf spring. So we have rear leaf spring, which is 19A. 19B is leaf spring support A. And then we have leaf spring support B, leaf spring hinge, leaf spring C hinge, GM screws. There we go, those are the parts. We need to put these two brackets in place first before we do anything. This one, 19B, will go here, and this one at 19C will go there, and we need screws to keep them in place. Okay, we need 4 screws for these two brackets. There we go, that's the two brackets in place. Right, now we need 19E, which will go into there, and we need the wider end of the axle there like so. That end will go there, and we need this little bracket which will connect 19C together, and we need screws again. Here we have 19D on the screw. There we go, this end we fixed with the GM screw. Brilliant. There we go, so that is the left rear axle in place, looking just like that. Excellent stuff. Right, let's move on to stage 20. Okay, here we have stage 20. We got the parts. We have the leaf spring rear, leaf spring support A and B, leaf spring hinge, leaf spring C hinge, and we have FM and GM screws. Let's get the parts out. There we go, those are our parts. So again, we need to put these brackets in place. That one will go there, and this one will go at the back here, and we need the FM screws to keep these in place. Okay, FM screws. There we go, that's the two brackets in place. Right, now we need this piece, which will be 20C, no sorry, 20E. Pop that there. We need the axle, the wider opening through here. There we go. And we need this bracket, 20D, another couple of FM screws. Keep all this together. And at the front here we'll need a GM screw. There we go. That's the second rear axle in place. There we go. That's how you want that, like that. That little bracket angles inwards, and there we go, there's that bracket in place. So perfect, that's stage 20. So you got both rear axles in place now. Excellent stuff. So there we go folks, there is stages 16 to 20 completed. So we have the differential in place, the two rear axles, and we have the steering in place as well. Here we go, there it is, yes. So we know that works because we've already tried it. Excellent stuff. And the vast majority of these, I think every one of them actually, were metal die cast. I don't remember anything being plastic today, so that is brilliant. Like I said previously, we have done builds where axles have had plastic, but that is looking absolutely superb. Excellent stuff. So there we go. There is the chassis looking just like that. Looking brill. Yeah, fantastic. There we go, you can see the steering mechanism here. Looking fantastic, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, all metal. Brilliant. Well worth the money, this one is. Excellent. There we go, so that's Willys Jeep, up to stage 20 now. Let's see, let's have a look. Stage 21. We have rear axle, the clips. This is the next lot, and then we got the shock absorbers. Yeah, rear axle stubs, and then rear differential. Let's see, part 25. We got another wheel to pop in place. Yeah, so we can get a. Can we get a rolling chassis on? Well, we get the two tyres on because we've already done one tyre or one wheel, so we can get the other one on. And not so long after, we'll have a rolling chassis. Brilliant stuff. There we go. That is Willys Jeep for, well, for this week up to now. I hope you did enjoy that. If you did, give us a nice big thumbs up, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in and watching. Stay safe. Bye for now.